Morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome in this second day session. Today, the speaker in this session will be Isaac Negose from Mizan Tepe University. He will deliver his talk on Introduction to Stata Software, which is very helpful for the data analysis. Now, I would like to invite the speaker in this session, Isaac Negose, and welcome all of you in this session. Dear Professor, now you can unmute yourself to start your presentation. Participant will unmute only if then they have any question, otherwise they will be muted.
Hello.
Professor, please share your presentation. Now you
Okay.
can start. Yeah.
Okay. Guru algabang
Yes, please press Ctrl+L to make full size.
earphone. Khan is 0. ከአንድ እስከ 0 የሚል ለሶስት አራት ዘጠኝ ተጀመር ነው። Okay, it is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Can I start?
Yes, you can start now.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. Now we try to discuss an introductory parts of Stata software. And thanks for the coordinator which coordinate this international training. And I am the one of the initiator for this training. Thank you all. Just let us start from introducing myself. My birth date, May 3, 1995. I am MSc degree holder from Bahar Dar University and lecturer in Mizantep University, Department of Economics. And I have 4-year experience in lecturer in Mizantep University, as well as I'm the Chief Executive Director of Office Head for Mizantep University Teaching Hospital, as well as I'm the Chief Auditor of Bensheko Zone Youth Association. Well, when we come to the research experience, try to engage it in rural non-farm income diversification in Ethiopia, panel data analysis, as well as I try to engage it in determinants of trade balance deficit in Ethiopia context, time series data analysis, as well as I preparing a strategic plan for Bench Maji Development Association, and ongoing research like as analysis of multidimensional poverty in Bensheko zone, the effects of financial inclusion on the household, rural household welfare, and as well as the research interest seems like as a program impact analysis, poverty, well-being, livelihood, and other development issues are my concern issue in research. Just when we start our today's discussion, we do have some pointers, which is introductory about the software, which is Stata software. And we can try to start with Stata software. We can export the data into Stata, as well as with different like as SCPSS, SAS, and the other related softwares. And we can Stata by itself, we will see later, Stata by itself, it is written do file in Stata. We can try to write how we write a do file, what is the basic issue in Stata software, as well as data management, like as coding, editing, and that of the data managing and other related issues are concern our today's concern. As well as we can try to discuss, about those of our concern in descriptive statics. Descriptive statics like as those of graph, summary statics, histogram, bar chart, and other descriptive static issues. Let us start the terminology or the meaning of Stata. Stata software. It is simply seems like as SCPSSR and other statistical software, it is powerful statistical software that enable to use to analyze, manage, proceed a graphical visualization of a data. Or it is simply used by a researcher in the field of economics, biomedicine, political science, and other related disciplines. They can use for sake of data analysis, for sake of tabulating data and other issues. Stata is a complete integrated statistical package that provides everything you need for a data analysis, data management, and for graphics of analyzing different worldwide and like as a local wide data. We can, there is a different version of Stata. For time being, it is up to Stata 17. I have Stata 16, and I will show later about how we use for different data. Stata can analyze a data set with many, like as it is maybe 32,666 variables may it hold this, and the observation is depend upon our computer status or RAM of our computer. It depends. It can handles. There is the storage type of or the variable types in Stata, like a string, float, numeric, and other related storage type of the Stata. Maybe the Stata can use 244 characters we use in matrix form. Okay, how to open or how to use the program or the Stata software in your computer? Simply we can double clicking, for instance, when we here is our software Stata software. Look, it seems like this. Here we can simply double clicking the Stata software and it open for us, and we can use it for our analysis on the data or for our sake of different objectives in different ways or in different manners. Okay, it seems like this when we open data Stata, as I show you before. It seems like this Stata softwares like us. It have basically four windows: result window, a review window, command window, variable window, property window, graphics window. And basically, the four are basic for different usage. And a result window, it seems like this. This is simply when you open our Stata software. I have taken it from my Stata 16, which seems like this. This is, we can say, result window. Result window is simply show the recent command or output, error, message, and other issue. When we do every activity in the Stata software, it is we can see our results from result window. It is mostly 300 up to 600 lines in once. We can off and on through different command color we can use through using preference, through selecting preference. For instance, when our Stata window, we can simply, by clicking the right side, we can select different colors, like as blue, white, gray, and other colors we can use for Stata. Okay, this is simply in simple language or in simple word. Result window is simply all output which appear in our result window. Only, mind you, only the graph will be appear separately when we do or when we engage it or when we prepare different graphics like as bar chart, histogram, and other pie chart. They are maybe separately viewed, but other commands or other issues, other errors, other results are viewed in a result window. This is simply what we call a result window. Seems like this. The other one is command. Stata software do have two issue, which is command window. We can use, we can type, and we can engage prefer our analysis, or we can managing our data through command, without searching about the toolbar. We use through command. In the other aspect, we can use Stata through toolbar. Seems like, look, let us show you in the software, which is this is a command. It is visible? Yes. Hello.
Professor,
Hello.
your software not visible.
Okay. Thank you. It is a command window. It is command, as well as this is the other, like statics, graph, file, edit, user window. This is the toolbar. We can use different stata command through toolbar as well as command. We can say this is a command window. Command window. It seems like this. It is all command and variable are is sensitively. When we use Stata command, we can't start a first letter in caps lock or capital letter. Always Stata use a small letter. In the first letter, it must be small. Whereas each and every variable must be continuous, or we can use it through underscore. We can, for instance, look, for instance, we can write income, income, income status, for instance, status. This data cannot use such kind of separate variable. It must be, we can use when we want to write the income status of creating income status of a given variable, we must be use the underscore. For instance, income underscore status. We can use for variable. For variable seems like this. This is a one starter by itself. It is sensitive. It is sensitive. We can miss a given word. It can't view as for different results. The other one is variable window. Variable window. It is a list of current variable which we engage in. It contains name of the variable, level of a variable. We will see later how we write the level of a given variable, how we write or how we create a given variable name, and types format in Stata. We will see later. But in short, variable window contains this of name of the variable, level of the variable, type, format, and those are included in variable window. It is simply the current variable or list of a given variable in Stata. The other one is review window. Review window. It
Excuse
is
me, Professor.
okay.
Professor, excuse me. Are you sharing your software also?
Yeah. Yes, I can.
But yes, please. Software is not visible to us. Please unshare the screen. Please
Software.
unshare the screen. No. Whole screen unshare. Yeah. Just now follow my instruction. Click on the screen, share screen. Then select screen 1.
Okay, share.
Choose screen 1.
Okay, screen.
Okay. Yeah, there is a screen 1.
Which one is meeting in progress? Stata. Which one?
No. On your left hand side, there is a small window. There is a screen 1.
Screen one.
Yes.
Which one? This? This?
Now open your software. Click on software.
It is
Yes,
visible
and
now?
yes, it is visible. And click on your presentation. Yes, now all the things are fine.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's okay.
Thank you, Professor. Okay. This is a review window. A review window. We can review our commands and different stata. We can engage it in this data. We can see here. We can. It is simply what this is review window. Review window. And this is command window, and this is review window. Review window simply, this is a command window. The other one is data editor. Yes, data editor. It is used to edit and enter a data. It is simply, for instance, look in Stata software, the data. Yes, we do have data editor. Yes, data editor. It is visible. Yes, okay. Here it is data editor, data edit, and data editor browse. Yes, we do have two issues here. Look, when we see data editor, when we click here, it opens seems like this. Yes. Look, data editor, we can edit our data, we can delete our data, we can write additional variables and elsewhere. Yes. But look, you can write things like this. When we use those of a data editor, we can write any additional things in our data editor Excel. Data editor Excel. Well, look, when we data, then data browse. Yes, data browse. It is only for seeing or checking our data in Stata. We can't look. It is we can't edit. We can't write anything in our data editor Excel only for sake of checking or for sake of viewing a given data. Yes. Okay. This is the data editor and data editor browse. Data editor browse. Yes, it seems like this as I shown in the software. And look, data browse is used to view the data file only for sake of viewing our data. It is not editing a capability, no risk. It is we can't change any observation through using data browse. Data browse. When we see a data file in data editor, it is used to write or edit a data program. For instance, we can want to add a missing variable through data edit. We can delete unused variable or observation through a data editor. We can manipulate our data through data editor. Yes, needed to open. And it seems like this. View used to get help or different syntax, Stata syntax. Look, in the first Stata file, we do have seems like this. It is open. We can open window. This is save, then print, view, log, grab, the do file editor, and the other issue. Look, if it may be differ in different version of Stata, but now I used, as I told you, I used Stata 16. Look, this is open. When you show the arrow, this is open. Then save. We can save a data through this way. We can print our results through clicking here to connect our printer cable through our personal laptop or desktop. And this is simply what we call log. Yes, log file is used to, yes, log file is used to saving each and every activity in our result window. We can, at the end of our analysis, we can see through log file. We can see the result window. We do each and every parts. Here is new view. When you this is graph. Here is a do file. We will come later how we write a do file, how we prepare a do file, and other issues will come later. This is a data editor, as I show you before. This is a data browse. Look, this is data editor. This is the data browse. This is variable manager. Yes, variable manager. I will show you how we use variable manager and do file later. Okay. It seems like exits and more the other issues. The other one is it is simply file open, just for the definition. Open the Stata data file, load into the memory disk, save the Stata data into memory to disk. Do is executing Stata command in different mode. File name, we can copy file name to the command line. We can print the log file or the result window, or we can print the graph, and exit we can leave out from the Stata. It's a Stata. It is seems like this. It seems like this. To saying this, let us start how we can PDF document. PDF document. We can, through clicking here, different Stata and Stata related document files in our Stata. In our Stata, we can click in here the PDF documents about the commands about different issue. It seems like this, the help command, or we can write in a command. For instance, when you say help, we can write in help reg. When for sake of regression, it is told what mean reg command. Seems like reg dependent variable, independent variable. If any weighted value in our regression analysis, we can use by this help command. And for instance, we can using help for help. We can sum for instance tabulation tab. It is what tab means. Tab command. Tabulate one way, tabulate two way for any one variable, and other each and every issues which we want to help from.
Se l'è stata. Se l'è no.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello, Professor, what happened? Hello, Yashak. Hello. Dear participant, please wait. I think there may be some technical issue from speaker side.
Ini ada, oke, oh.
Hello, hello. Hello.
Yes,
Can I
Professor,
start?
you are audible. Yes, you are audible. Please share the screen.
Okay. Sorry for disturbance.
Okay, no problem.
Now it is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible. Visible.
Thank you. Okay, let us start from help command. We can use or search different Stata commands by using help command. We can writing in our Stata command through help. Then any Stata command which you want to further explanation, we can through help command we use different issues. The other one is Stata file. Yes, we do have different Stata file, which is data do, for instance, log. When we use log file, Stata can use log. And when we data dot dta, which is Stata data file, do it is Stata command, log output, as I told you before that output when we prepare in data. The other one is GPA, which is Stata graph, and the other one is we do have we can use Stata. We can use different Stata command or Stata data in Stata through different way. We do have basically we do have two way to entering or converting the data into Stata For instance, here we do have we can use clearing any data into any information, any access, anywhere in our data. We can using when we do have the Excel data, we can simply click here, file, yes, file. Then we can use import, yes. We do have when it is visible, then it is Excel spreadsheet, text data, CPSS, SAS, and other related issues, related information, which is if it may be our data. When we do have Excel data, we click here. When we do have SPSS data, we can click in here and importing into Stata. When we do have SAS data, we can click in here. Let us see through Excel, yes. Then import Excel, we can simply Excel file. Look, we can browse, we can searching our data in different way, in different or in our computer, maybe in Dropbox, maybe in desktop, maybe in different in our computer. Look, I have here Stata training data. We can click here. Look, import first row as a variable. We do have two basically issues. Look, import first row as a variable name means that in the first row, look, this is a row, yeah? This is the first row. Look the below Excel, output, land, labor, org, seed, and extra. This is the first row, which is variable, yeah? Variable. We can click here. First row as a variable name. Variable. Look, now it is output, land, labor, seed, urea, chemical, cost land, and other variables. We can through clicking import first variable as variable name. Then okay, yes, okay. It is simply our Excel data is imported into those of our Stata. Look, edit. We can say browse because we went to see is it our appropriately our data is into Stata or not. Look, BR, or we can say browse, or in short we can BR or browse. Look, enter. Look, land, lava, other issues are converted into Stata software. Stata software. This is a one way of converting our data into Stata, our Excel data or SPSS data or SAS data or other software data into Stata. The other one is through copy paste option. Yes, through copy paste option. Look, we click here to open our Excel data. Excel data. My computer is somewhat old. It takes some time. Look, through clicking or simply selecting or all variable seems like this, then we can right click, yes, then copy and copy our data. The second one is copy our data, then we can clear mean that we can clearing all variable which available in our Stata software, then enter, then edit, we can say edit in our Stata command, edit, or we can use this data edit, we can in browse, yes, two way. So writing edit in our Stata command or the toolbar data, then data edit, then data edit. Just clicking this, we can simply use different commands, the way to import the data into Stata. Then it is Excel sheet, Stata Excel sheet. Then we can click right click. Yes, we can click right click. Then copy is inactive. Yes, paste is special, and select all, and other issues are there. But when to paste our data into Stata Excel, Excel data into Stata Excel data or data editor, then paste. Look, my uh, software is somewhat the new version, which is 16, because when we use Stata 11 or 12 or 13, it listed two options. First row as a variable and variable name, and first row as observation. Two options. Yes. Look, the first row on we can. Do you want to treat the first row as a variable name, or here is a variable name, or first row as a data? Yes, because here is look here in our Stata, the first row is data or variable. It is variable, yeah. Yes, this
Dear participant, please wait. I think there is a network issue from speaker side. Speaker will resume the meeting very soon. Just 1 minute. Dear participant, there is some technical issue from speaker side. Please wait.
I think you said it.
Dear participant, I am trying to connect with the speaker, but there is no connectivity with him because I am from India and there is no communication through WhatsApp. I think network is very low network issue. So I think we have to wait some more time. Yes, Professor, you can unmute. Isaac, you can now unmute.
Hello.
Yes, please start.
Hello.
Hi.
You
Sorry
are audible.
for disturbance because we are in Ethiopia. Because there is a connection, a power, and other different problems are in our country, Ethiopia. Due to this reason, everything is are within the challenge.
Professor, yes, we understand. We understand. Please carry
And
on.
I try to share. Okay. Now I try to share my slides. Okay. Let us start from variable naming. Because
Asking to the moderator, please start the event. All the participants are waiting. Time is running very fast.
hello, is it visible?
Is it visible?
Hello.
It's not yet it is visible.
Okay. I try to share my slide of sharing. Oh my god.
So now your screen is visible.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes, fine.
Okay. Thank you. Let us start from variable naming. We can use up to 32 character in variable, but it is recommend up to 8 characters best, and we can use variable name in underscore or in continuous. And Stata by itself, it is sensitive. Income in capital letter and income in small letter is somewhat vary in Stata or different in Stata. We can must note space seems like as, for instance, mother age seems like this, or we can use mother age in the other issue in underscore mother then underscore age. We can unless and otherwise the Stata read strict variable, or it can't read seems the other way. The other issue is type of Stata, like a string variable, bytes, long, float, double, and other. For instance, when the Stata data type is string mean that all of the variable are in word or other issue. For instance, we can see in our exemplary data, or we can use system data, which is updated in each and every Stata. We can see auto system data, or we can use this is auto. We can use auto comma clear. We can writing things like this. SYS system, it is SYS mean that system, then we can say use the system data, then AUTO auto. We do have different example in through here, example data in file, and example data. Look, we do have a different example data like as auto 1, auto, and other different data. Yes, this is for sake of storing in Stata. For example, we can doing through this data, we can use, or we can trying different Stata commands through this way. Or we can simply write sysuse, then auto data, then comma clear. What if when we do have, for instance, I have here other data in my Stata, then we can comma clear, mean that I want to use auto data and please clear the other variable that is stored in the data. Mean that clear. Enter. We can use auto data. We do have auto data. You can use, is accessible through writing this command. You can use in your Stata software, any software. Then look, this is make is written in Word. Its observation is like AMC and other. It is in the color is different from the other, like us. Make and prices observation color is different. Mean that make is written in red color and the other is in black color. This red color implies that the Stata data type is string Stata data, because mean that we can't use it for different. We can't use it for different analysis. For instance, when you use regression rate, then make price and other issue. Look, no observation. Yes, it implies no observation because make is Stata read this as string variable or any words. We must be code each and every data in Stata. We must be code each and every data in Stata. Due to this, we must be convert it into different way. This is string data. The other one is byte and long, and the other double. Look, when we click, so edit. Then when we click here, it is price, name of the variable is price, label is price, type then format seems like this, and MPG seems like this, and the like. Though we can convert this data into other type, string type into other types of a data. Yes, through encoding command. Yes, encoding. Look, we can use data in toolbar, like as converted data, and we can simply here we can creating different variable with different issue in Stata. In Stata, changing different issues, we can convert or create different way of transformation, like convert data into wide, into long, encoding value from variable and the other. Look, we can click encode value, clicking, then first data, then create or change data, then other variable transformation command. Yes, because it is string variable, we must be convert it into other data type. Then we can click encode value label from string. Then we can click in here string source string variable. Our string variable is make. Yeah. Yes. Please, all of you unmute. Oh. Hello.
يربشت من دون هذا ዛሬ ለምንድን ነው ስልክሽን የዘጋሽው?
Hello, hello.
You are audible.
Hello, hello. Shall I start?
Yasak, you are audible. Please carry on.
Yeah. Okay. 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 We can start from changing or converting the story type of the data. Look here, data, then creating change data. Then we can use the other variable transformation command. Other variable transformation command. Okay. So we can use encode value level from string variable. We can click here. Then our string variable is make. Make. Then we can use through, as I told you before, that capital and small are may differ. Then we can use cap make. Yes, by using cap make. Then okay, here in Stata, sorry, we can let us show you something here. We can use here encode. Then look in Stata, okay, cancel, submit. In here, three basic things. When we use okay, your Stata are run or results are viewed in a result window. When we click cancel, it is leave out or is cancel your results. And when you use submit, it is run or you give the result that this part, these parts are visible here. Visible here. It is more when we want to do further, it is recommend submit is best. And you can use for only this command, it is okay is best. Okay is best. Because already did it. Look, browse. Sorry, it is look br browse. Look br, as I told you before that this data command must be start in a small letter. Look, when you read BR, it says BR unrecognized command. Yeah, unrecognized command. When you use B small, R capital, look, it command BR is unrecognized command. Look, we can use BR. It seems like this. This is the major difference between those of the capital. We can't use capital letter for, especially for Stata command. Look, make is here. Make is here. We can convert it. Look, make and label is make and model. Then it is value label make and type long. Here, look, in the first make a small one is it is type is string variable, or mean that the Stata read it as any words or any. Look, Stata by itself is when we encode the value, it encodes the through categorical variable. For instance, AMC in the toolbar, it is if it visible 1. Look, in toolbar 1, it coding like BUIC electric. Look, it's 8. And the other issue, it is coding for different issues. But when we see the first one, it is already seems like a word, any word. But it converted into another type. It read as a numeric value. It seems like as a categorical variable. Categorical variable. This is the difference between we can, by using encode command, we can use the string data type into the other long and other issue. We can also want to change it into a string into those of the other long, byte, and other data type by using decode command. Look, data, then create variable, then we can use other variable transformation command. Then we can use the third one, decode a string from labeled numeric variable. In that we can change the data into numeric into string. In encode command, we can convert from string into other straw type, from other numeric types of a data. Look, decode, then source, we do have those all price. Look, price. Then we can say P capital P capital price. Then we can submit. We can numeric. We can use for different variable. Okay, sorry. It must be numeric, or we can see it into our command, or edit command, numeric variable. So seeing the types of a data, then we can change it numeric into a string variable. I haven't here seen the numeric type, but all are the long, byte, and other issue. Anyways, when you use the numeric type into string, we can use simply through decode command, and string into numeric, we can use encode command. So the way of converting the types of a data into different types of Stata data. The other one is simply labeling, coding, and other way of data. We can code, and we can label, we can count, and the other issue. Let us see in my Stata, like we can use, or we can describe different data. We can use different rename. Yes, we can rename simply in simple language. You can rename, or we can RN or rename, can say, or RN. You can convert any. We can say price, then price. Yes. we can use seems like this. We can convert, we can write, or we can rename in different types of way of the command. The other issue is we can simply, seems like as rename, gender, sex. When you use here gender, I prepare through this Excel data, and so through generating command and other, we can click on a variable, then generate, then double click, and the other seems like we can generate different types of data, types of data. It seems like as data editor, as I shown you before. We can label or label define through different variable manager. As I told you, look in Stata, we can we do have here. It is visible. Yeah. Okay. Here we can when we click here, it is variable name. Sorry, variable manager. Yes. It would have a lot of things here, which is we can see, look, make, price, and the other variable, level variable, and the other issues. Look, when we can simply make, we can simply code when, for instance, foreign, it's categorical variable. We can value the level here, drop, so dropping this, and we can create a variable, for instance, foreign, yeah, foreign, then level 1, yes, domestic. We must be write the appropriate spelling, domestic. I will see here, but we can also add, then 0, we can foreign. Look, we do have basically two variables, which is domestic and foreign. Through this way, you can value our data. Otherwise, through recording command, we can value our command, our Stata data. For instance, we can use this data in for instance, we can use this data, the training data, data. Here is, look, gender, land, access to credit. Look, it is when you brought it, seems like this. It must be converted into the other struct type, credit access, gender. We can use encode, yes, then gender, comma, gen means that generate, please generate new variable. Gen means that generate. When we read it, generate, then we can use 6 and 6. Then it seems when you
Participant, please wait. Speaker will resume the meeting. This happened due to low network, but no problem. Please wait. Dear participant, please keep patience. It's a network issue. Speaker will resume the meeting very soon. Yes, a speaker is with us. Dear professor, please unmute and share the content. Sir, you are presenter now and you can present your content.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, you are audible.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry for interrupting.
Yes, professor, please carry on. Yes, now you can start,
Okay.
please.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, hello. Thank
Yes,
you.
you are audible.
Hello, hello.
Yes, you are
Thank
audible.
you. Hello, hello.
Yes, you are
Thank
audible.
you. Hello, hello.
Yes, you are
Thank
audible.
you. Hello, hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you. Oh. Hello,
Isaac,
hello.
Isaac, please listen to me. Isaac, please listen to me. You added two devices. Please use only one. You are using two devices. Please use. You are
Okay,
using two
okay.
devices. Select one.
Okay, okay.
You are using two
Okay,
devices.
okay.
You are using two devices.
Sorry.
Yes, now it is fine.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sorry for interruption. As usual, our problem of connection. Okay, let us start from variable level. Seems like as our sex or gender, we can one if the household we can defining each and every our researches. We can simply one if the household is female and zero otherwise. Someone may read our Stata data. Simply, it is accessible to define our variable. One if the household is female, one if the household is access to credit, and the other issues are here. We can simply label our data through data manager, or we can simply use label then var. We can write our data, and then we can use, or you can define, or we can label our data through Stata label var. We can use him through this, as we can also define a gender, one the male, two female, or zero. We can simply define our variable things like this, and the other one is this is data editor. As I told, we can save our data. We can simply save your data file, then save as. If you look at the result window, for instance, in my file, save, then in C, local disk C, then username Isaac, then desktop Stata 16, then do base. This is the path which my data is saved. And we can simply save our data through things like this, or let us show you through this way. Then file, is it visible? File, then save as, and we can use this Stata 16, or I use Stata data in the bracket dot dta, mean that the data is filed in Stata format. We can save, seems like that. Then we can write, for instance, data for training, data for underscore for training. We can say things like this. Then we can say we can say look, it's saved. Look in local disk C user Isaac Dropbox. Yes, I use the Dropbox and community service paper, Stata workshop, which is a file in Stata workshop, then data DORTR in Stata format. We can we can simply save our data seems like this. The other issue is the way of defining, coding, listing, describing our data. The first one is codebook. Check for categorical variable. Look, when you use codebook foreign, I use the data in the system use. We can use system use auto data, then comma, clear. So clearing the other can use then code, yes, book, which is we use foreign and enter. Here, look, code book. When you use a code book command, it implies or it shows in Stata window numeric type, origin, missing variable. Look, missing variable. The observation is 74, 0 missing variable, numeric label seems like the variable label 0 domestic, 1 foreign, frequency 32 domestic, 22 foreign for tabulation, sake of tabulation. This is the command. Codebook is used for us to define the missing variable storage type, about tabulation of frequency of a given data, missing variable, unit of measurement, and the other one can be listed in codebook. We can use codebook for whole data, simply writing codebook, yes, for each and every data. For instance, we can use in the Stata. We can use each and for codebook for make. We can see the make missing variable, about variable define, about mean for continuous variability is mean and the standard deviation, about percentage. For continuous variable, it is frequency and the value level, and the other issues are here. So codebook. The other command that used for our research in Stata is describe. We can use only D. This enough. Yes, we can use write describe all of the letter or all of the letter, but we can use D only. When it is simple use, we can use D only. Describe, yes. Describe for separate individual variable, and describe for whole variable. We can use describe in the indicators that we can simply describing our variable. For instance, the type of the variable, about the display format, value, about variable level, and the other should be incorporated in this command, describe command. Or the other one is list command, list. Look. In this describe is simply, as I told you, number of observation, number of the variable, size of the data, amount of the memory that data consume, list all variable together, and the other should be described. The other one is list data. We can list, or we can use L only. L means start I read, it seems like as a list, yes. Or we can use whole of the letters list or L. It is simply used for like as listing the variable of the first for observation, and other issue can be indicated. The other one is those of variable manager. This as I told you before. Let me show you through do file. Do file like as a look for command. Look for command. It is we can use the command this look for, can use the command look for to find a variable in data set. For example, you want to see any variable, you can write look for foreign. Look, it's you can you can see a variable which you want to find to look in the Stata. You can use a look for command. And the other issue is those of the labeling. The other issue is generating, yes, managing the data. The other issue is generating a variable, yes, a variable. For instance, when we open this one, you can manage a data. You can manage, for instance, your for instance, when you want to study about the efficiency of a given economic efficiency or allocative efficiency or other efficiency level, you can must be convert your data into logarithm form or LAN. Then you can use a generate command, for instance, gen. Yes, you can use this command in simple manner. You can use this command gen income. You can say, for instance, you can want to learn the output of the given production function. If you want to use a Cobb-Douglas production function, there is existence of capital and labor with the technological transfer, and you can want to convert a data into LAN logarithm form. You can gen income, which is equal to LAN in the bracket output. Our variable we wanted to convert it is output. Look, it is converted into income. As this is generate, you can generate a variable. Yes, you can categorize variable. It seems like this. The other one is eigen command, which is more appropriate for the mathematical expression, which is the extension of the eigen command. We can use the row mean, the row max, the median, and the other through this command. Look, eigen, then cost. For instance, as I told you before that, when we went to a Cobb-Douglas production function and we can went to the cost function, cost utilization or cost efficiency and cost inefficiency, we can went to sum up those cost variable into one, which is cost, which we can use eigen command. Look, we can simply execute here and you can get the result. Then eigen cost, which is equal to row mean that calculate the row mean of each and every listed variable, like as seed, urea, chemical, cost of land, and other issues, or input variable in the Cobb-Douglas production function. We can use things like as this. The other one is reshape the variable in reshaping the wide into long into wide. Yes, look, can use this data. This is Ethiopia Socio-Economic Survey data that is collected by the World Bank in wave 2 and 3. We can use it now for time being. Okay, look, this is a section in Ethiopia Socio-Economic Survey, and it is seems like, for instance, BR when we browse. Look, the observation is it is in wide format. The observation is if it visible, it is The observation is 99,080, because it is a long, its format is somewhat long, a long format. We can use it by reshape. Yes, we can use it through reshape command. Yes, we can, seems like first we can describe, we can executing this variable, we can describe, we can, it is by itself is a socio-economic variable, and it is a variable that we can look it in through describing the variable. The shock variable, especially the natural shock, food shock, income shock, health shock, and other shock variables. But it is through a long format. We can manage it reshape command. We can reshaping. It is somewhat a wide data. It is collected in Ethiopia case within three regions, the previous region, Amhara, Oromia, Tigray, South nationality people. Those of the four major regions data we can use, and it seems through this. It is during the last month was the house was affected negatively by the shock. We can converted it. So how we converted it into the reshape command. Then we can codebook. We can use codebook about yes no. We can convert this variable into yes no, and we can simply use the codebook command. We can use this, the rename of them. Two of them through renaming yes no. Then we can simply we can use record or reshape it into the Stata format, shaping different. Simply, this is for the sake of we can reshape it, or we can codebook the other issue, and here the other issues, the major issue is keep command. Keep mean that only select when I want to use. Yes, keep command. Keep mean that there is a plenty of variable that exist in this data, but I went to the selected variable. Look, keep household shock code, shock yes no only from among the plenty of the variable. Now I can simply reshape. Look, let us show the observation again. It is 99 and something, only those yes no and shock code. Then I can use it simply reshape. Yes, it is wide. I wanted to use shock yes no I and J, which is shock household D2, because it is we can use in 2013 and 14, 2015 and 16, as well as the next one. We use the 2013 16 as the J and shock code in I. Look, we can use it. We can simply reshape the command. Look, previously it is simply only in yes no command and those of the shock code yes no, shock yes no, and those of shock code we can simply distribute along wide into the simply reshape. It's when you brought it, the variable is converted into 4,954 because it is already reshaped in each and every shock. This is, we can manage through reshape command any worldwide data. We can simply manage a worldwide data through reshape through reshape command. Okay. The other one is merging and appending data. Yes, merging and appending data. Look, when we say merging data, it is simply adding a variable. Mind you, merging a data means, for instance, I want to study about determinants of poverty in Benshako zone, or the determinants of poverty in Ethiopia. And my case study is maybe Oromia region, Tigray, Amara, Afar, and elsewhere. And I collect, there is enumerator, different enumerators are collect their own and categorize different variable, depend on a different variable. And I can use through merge command by adding additional variable. For instance, Mr. X collect the gender, the demographic character. Mr. Z may collect socio-economic variables, things like as income, saving, consumption, and other issue. Then I want to compile those data, those of the different data by through merging command. First, I code it or I save it separately. Then by using the command ID number, by using command ID number, I can merging data into Stata. For instance, we can use this data. This data is the Ethiopia Socioeconomic Survey data, which is collected in 2016. Let me open. Look, household ID 2, and the other are like as ruler and those of adjustment weighted wave, individual ID, enumerator area, regional code, zonal code, Warada code, and the other codes are there. We can merge this data and the other data. Mean that we can additional variable. For instance, we do have some variable. We can merge it. For instance, merge. We do have different variable, like as we do have different variable. We can copy here. Look, we can copy this data name, and I would like to show you through toolbar. Most proper, it is I friendly used command and do file. Due to this, I show you through do file and command. It is I friendly use it. Then data, we can use combine. Yeah, data in your data file. In this data file, you can use the data in toolbar, file, edit data in your toolbar. Then combine data, then merge two data. Yes, two data. Then we can click it. Then we do have one-to-one on key variable, one-to-one on key variable, unique key for data disk, one-to-many, many-to-many, and one-to-one by observation. We can merging by observation and by key variable. Then our key variable is those of household two, and in we can browse this through this way, and it is better to use. We can copy it, then we can submit. Yes, look, when we submit this variable or merging one-to-one, then no matching from master data. Master data mean a data which firstly open in Stata. Stata is, we can say, master data. Using data is a data that we use to merge with the first opened data. Then we can this first of all we can drop to further merging the other data into this data. It should be this data should be dropped. This data should be dropped. Yeah, it should be dropped. We can by using drop, then click this arrow. Is it visible? Yes.
It is visible.
Okay, then we can. Thank you, sir. Then we can drop this. Then enter. We can to further additional merging data. We can use it or drop it. Seems like. Then we can keep this variable, because to keep the other we can seems like this keep if let me show the next one. The second, this we can look merge the second one to show keep merge 3 and drop the underscore merge to show this. I would like to show the next one. Look, this we can match it because it is already matched and keep merge, which is equal to 3. Mean that the old variable are matched, we can keep it. Yes, we can keep this command, or we can use, or we can execute this command, keep if merge under which is equal to, sorry, if command. We can count, and the other issues are, then we can drop merge, sorry, to merge other one. Saying this, I would like to use appending data. As I told you before that, merging data is adding additional variable. Yeah. When we say appending data, especially for panel data, for instance, when we do have a panel related observation, it is, for instance, it is 2 period or 10 period span with observation and time variable. Especially this append data is used appropriate for panel related observation. Appending data is used for adding additional observation. Mind you, when you use merging data, it used for additional variable, whereas when you use appending data, it used for adding additional observation. Look, I would like to append. I have 2014 data and 2016 data. Look, 2016 data. I open 2014. Look, it is, I have here variable. It is, where is here variable? Browse. Let's show you the year variable. It seems like this. This is from those of the Ethiopia Socio-Economic Survey data. It is accessible in online. You can use it, and it is, seems like it is 2020 40 data. 2040 data. We can append. Look, we can append. Look, the observation. I would like to show you. Pros. What is used for visualization purpose. Look, the observation is 5,124. Look, only 5,124. We will see what it makes difference after append the data. Look, we can use this command. Append. Yes, append using, mean that the using variable which is saved in our computer, then analysis 2000 or 2060b. We can append. Yes, we can execute, or we can write in our command. Look, it is appending using analysis 2016 variable. Those are dropped or the same with that. Let us see the observation, what it makes after appending the data. It is 10,000. Look, in the first, only 2014 or 2014, 5,000 124. When we append the data, there is additional observations are there. Additional observations are there. 10,077. 10,077 in the data. It is for sake of data, for sake of additional data. The other one is style. Style. This is more properly used for especially categorize a data. For instance, when we do have continuous variable, for instance, when we do have a consumption expenditure, and we would like to categorize into three or four consumption variable. For instance, for high consumed household, low consumed household, and medium consumed household. When we want to categorize a continuous variable, we can use style command. Look, we can style. Yes, we can style. We can use this poverty only, or poverty status, and mean that when you use a poverty through consumption expenditure, which is equals to nominal total consumption, which are aggregated in socio-economic survey data, then you can execute a variable. Look, where is it? Then when you execute, look, browse, then you can simply use look a consumption. This is additional variable or generated variable 1, 2, 3, because I categorize the consumption into 3. Look, and mean that the number of categorized is 3. When you make it 4, it categorized into 4. When you make it 5, it categorized into 5. Especially this such kinds of variable or variable is used for categorizing a continuous variable. To saying this, the other one is replace. For instance, when there is existence of missing observation in our data, we can use replace command. Replace this command, which is equal to 0. If, for instance, we can use replace, yes, any variable, we can say this command, which is equals to 0, if religion, if when you use if, we must be use double is equals to, then point. This point always Stata read the point or full stop used as a missing, is considered as a missing data. Look, in the result window, it implies that 4,959 real change in mode. Mean that in religion variable, those amount of a variable are missed in a data or observation. It replaced missing data, which is equals to 0, and we can use the Stata command replace seems like this. The other one is count. Yes, we can count number of observation. We can count the missing data. We can count the error which we expected or suspected in our observation through count command. Yes, for instance, this is count. Yes, count if this we can use count if share of non-farm, which is a missed, or count, we can use count, yes, if this command religion, which is equals to missed, it count 0. Yes, when we can say count the marital status, yes, one if marital status, which is equals to 1. Yes, we can say marital status categorized into 4 or 2, married and unmarried, or it may be categorized into married, unmarried, widowed, and divorced. Seems like we can count how much divorced observations are here, how much of the married are in my observation. Another issue, we can simply count through count command. Count if marital status, which is equal to 0. Count if our household head, which is equal to 1. Household head, which is equal to male. Household, which is equal to female. We can seems like this through this command or count command. The other one is for I use those for sake of managing my time, because we lost a lot of time through different interruption. I would like to simply use it in practical manner. I recommend, because it is a software. I would like to recommend it simply in practical manner. In practical manner, it is better to use it. Seems like this. The other one is summarized. Yes, summarized tabulation, cross tab. Yes, to check different variables, to check for categorical variable, for to check for dependent variable and other. We can use summarize this cross tab, tabulation, and the other one. The other one is summarize. The first one is summarize. We can use, as I told you before, that we can use Stata in two-way, in toolbar and command. In your Stata software, statistics, we do have plenty of things are there, like summary tabulation, linear model, binary, for instance, demi-dependent, panel regression, ordinary output, categorical variable, counted outcome. Means that seems like as Poisson regression, negative Poisson regression, zero inflate Poisson, and like as a general choice model. When you went to a choice, like seems like panel and logic, time series, we can convert it, or we can declare the data into time series, multivariate. Yes. Like as longitudinal panel, multi-level fixed, survival, epidemiology and related, endogenous covariant, and other plenty of observation are we can see in statistics. We can, for time being, in the next section, we can try to deal about those of in day 3 or 4. We try those of logit, demi-dependent variable. Look here, we are summarize descriptive statics, then summarize. We can simply select the variable here, and for instance, we can merge status, lay, migrant, and other. So submit, we can submit, and it shows what? Summary statics or summary statics. It is, as I told you before, that it is more appropriate for continuous variable. Continuous variable, for sake of example, this is variable, observation, mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum. It we can to try to deal about the minimum, the maximum, and other through summary. We can, or we can say sum only, sum command, sum command, especially for continuous variable. In this, household size is continuous, age is also continuous. The other one is we do have those of non-farm. This is continuous. Those of total consumption, other income. This is continuous. Total livestock unit is also continuous. We can use seems like as this. This is observation. We do have a panel related data already. We are append the data, and this we are simply use summary statics. Seems like this. The other one is when we do have a demi variable only, we can use pretest simply here in sake of, I will come to later those of correlation. When we use especially for a panel within and between effect to engage it or to deal about the significance of within and between effect for two variables, we can use this look it here, simply the significant, is it the H1 and H0? For hypothesis testing, we can use this kinds of test. The other one is cross tabulation. Yes, cross tab. Simple. It is simple. We can use this command cross tabulation. Look, it is, for instance, to identify or to deal about the cross tabulation between here is non-farm and non-farm in this of migration. Non-farm is how if the household has participated in non-farm activity, and migration is demi-variable. If any member of the household migrated or otherwise within a 2 year, sorry for interruption. It is, we can simply use the cross tabulation. Simply, this is the household participant and non-participant. The household, this is the household migrant and non-migrant. The household non-participant and participant. We can use the percentage. This is number of observation, and this is simply what you call the percentage for participant and non-participant within migrant and non-migrant, migrant and non-migrant. Okay, this is simply what you call cross tabulation in Stata. The other one is global list. It is basic for you when you use different or plenty of observation. You can simply use a global list, which is global Y list, means that the Stata read those of migrant, age, head, married, Orthodox, religion, Muslim, head female, education, head ill, poverty status, and the other augmented into Y list only. Yes, you can use, for instance, when you click this, then execute here, then you can use only this variable. No, it is simply this. You can use some Y list only. Y list only. Sorry, we can augment it. It seems like Y list. So your Stata command is Stata file seems like this. Before we start those of the graphical presentation, I would like to show you some basic Stata issue, which is a global command or changing directory. Yes, changing directory. Look, most of the time, the new Stata users use to write all paths of the Stata, just they save their data. This we can in the first or in this version, means that the version of the Stata 16, clearing a matrix, anything set more of, discard, and here is a global, mean that each and every my data is, look, Stata training in username, ISAC, Dropbox, ESS, Ethiopia Social Economic Survey, analysis data. And then I simply CD means that changing directorate. Changing directorate. We can change a directorate in this fast. We can simply any data that incorporated in this is we are simply write their name. Their name. The other one is we can simply write, for instance, when you want to use any variable, Strata training data, simply we can write Strata training data. Section G's, no way to direct or no way to write their command in Stata. In the Stata, this is we can the one way to change a directory, changing directory. And the other one is how we can use those of our data into different readable like as SAS, SPSS, and other related issue. We can install each and every command through SSC install use as. Look, when I have a SAS data as when I have a SAS data, I'm first install CC SSC install use as SAS. I have a SAS data and I wanted to read SAS data into Stata. I first of all I install the SAS command. The other basic one is you can, for instance, there is in each and every there is a different modern commands for instance, double hurdle model. For instance, double hurdle model is yet installed in Stata toolbar, but we can by using Stata SS install or installing those package into the Stata, and we can use a newly developed model seems like as SSC. Look, SSC install, then write any newly developed command. We can use seems like this, and we can convert the data into ASDoc. For instance, we can ASDoc means that read or convert the Stata result into the word. Yes, for instance, SSC install ASDoc. Look, we can simply write each and every command, convert each and every command into word. We can, for instance, if it is installed, we can write it simply. The data are converted into. It is basic issue because when you simply convert your data or your analysis into word in your research analysis, you can simply use through ASDoc command. ASDoc, for instance, ASDoc. It is yet installed because I have, but for sake of showing you, I use it. Seems like this and like this. The other one is log file. Log file we can use in file. Yes, file. Then log. It is because look, the system says that the following file is already exist because I am already installed it into my Stata because it says seems like this. When you write in your Stata command, but it says the consistency of the data already installed, it says. Then the other one is log. We can log. Then in any time to begin your research or to begin to do with Stata data, you Stata software, you must first you doing is what to begin or to open those of log file because each and every result shown in the log log format. We can then file, then log, then you can begin. Yes, you can begin. Then, for instance, we can say training log. Then you can use log format, because we want to do each and every activity in log format, then save. Then each and every activity which you did in your result window is shown or viewed in this log file. When you open the log file, and then lastly, in the end of at the end of your analysis, or at the end of your work, you can close the log file. We can use things like log file, and the other one is do file. How to write a do file? Yes, how write this? I share to you is a do file. Look, do file, because it is simplest and you can save it for a long run, for sake of storing and saving your data do files in this manner. Here you in your toolbar do file and click it. You can click it, then it seems like this. You are simply first you when you start with star, or it seems like a brown, it is said that this command, it is not command, it is not. When you use first star and write something about the things, it is simply what you call not. For instance, you can say this is used to show something. You can write this is a note, and when you write it, for instance, summarize command. This because this is a new version of Stata. It is active. When you write something, then you can, this is a command. Then you can select the variable or the summarized thing, or summarized one, or summarized. Then you can execute it. It is, you can visible in your result window. Look, it is summarized in your result window. Look, summarized. This is, you can execute writing any Stata command in your data. You can use, you can write a note. For instance, I write the note 5-day international PDF on research method in economics using software, College of Business and Economics, Mizan Dep University, in collaboration with Bahar Dar University. And you can write through a start. This is all about the note. Then this one is the command that used appropriately for a Stata command. Just you can use things like this. The cross tab, I show you cross tab, chi-square, and other related issue. As I told you, seems simply you can start doing this. Okay, the last one is those of the descriptive statics in graphical presentation using Stata. The first one is histogram. Yes, histogram. We can simply hist by using histogram, or we can hist only. Hist seems like this, then continuous variable, then we can enter seems like this. It is with hist only, or you can write histogram. Seems like a list or L. Describe D, and we can histogram or hist. We can use, as I told you before, that those of the graphics or graph command is vision in separately. Seems like is separately, because each and every Stata commands are viewed in the result window, but this graphics is not viewed in this. It is viewed as separate. We can hist, then command, then normal. To test the normality of the data, we can use normal. For instance, normality is one assumption of ordinary least square meter or estimator. And to check whether this variable is normal or not, we can use this through histogram. There is a ladder, glider, and other technique to reduce those aspects, but we can use seems like this. Or we can, for sake of histogram, about to percentage, we can use histogram, total income of the real income, then percentage, y-axis, income of the household, it is the title, y title, x title, preference, we can say, by through to indicate those of the variable, like, look, it is preference, the x-axis, this is preference of the household, this is, we can say, income of the household. Seems through this way, we can use histogram, especially for continuous variable. The other one is bar chart. It is also, we can, this is command, through command way, we can use this histogram, so graph, then we can use histogram, yes, use of histogram, look, bar chart, two-way graph, especially this two-way graph for time series data, we can use it for this bar chart, dog chart, pie chart, histogram, box plot, counter plot, and scatter plot, and the other issues. But we can use histogram, through this way we can. This is variable, we can use it for household size, and we can submit, and simply submit this. It seems like this household size seems like this. Two ways, by through a command as well as through toolbar, we can prefer data through histogram. And the other one is bar chart. Look, we can use bar chart, graph, bar, household size over marital status. It seems like this, marital status. In this bar chart, we can use graph, bar chart. And the other one is pie chart. We can, especially for categorical variable. I show it in this of migration, because migration is a dependent variable. We can simply use it. Seems like this. We can use it. Number of migrant 0, it means that, and then migrant 1, migrant. Seems like pie chart. Seems like title is number of migrant. You can write it is title here, graph pi over migrant, title number of migrant, and the other one we can use it. Seems like as the number of observers. Seems like this, the continuous, and other percentage by bar chart. Look, by bar chart we can use the percentage in religion and those of the non-farm income diversification. Look, this is non-farm, participant, non-participant, participant. This is what we call the religion of each and every within the percentage, like as Tigray, Amara, Oromia, Benchangul Gum, South Nationality, and Addis Ababa. This is a region. 0-1 means that participant and non-participant and participant within the percentage. We can use through this way by chart. We can use this by a different through percentage color. We can use through coloring seems like as this. Look, through the bar chart we can, sorry, we can use the color. We can through coloring through non-participant by region. Look, seems each and every color like as Tigray, Amara, Oromia, Benjangul Gun, South nationality. This is participant, 0 non-participant. This is participant. We can use it seems like this. We can, this is all about today's presentation. Thank you very much, all participants. I wish you to stay safe from current pandemic, COVID-19. Thank you. Thank you all.
Dear participant, if you have any question, please feel free to ask from the speaker. I permit you to unmute. You can unmute and then ask.
Any question, any unclear idea, any suggestion, you are welcome.
Can I ask a question, please? Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Professor, there are some questions in the chat box also you can see, and if possible, please try to reply by checking these questions. Please check your chat box.
Hello, it is better to write any question in chat box.
Dear sir, there are some questions in the chat box. Please check.
Till now, it is not visible to me. Okay. Please
I repeat the question.
okay.
There is one question. What is the purpose of, what is the purpose to read SAS data to Stata? Says SAS is more powerful.
SA. Okay. What is the first question? We can enter raw data directly to Stata software rather than importing. Okay, one question I seen. The first question is, can we enter raw data directly to Stata software rather than importing? Yes. As I told you before that, we can convert or we can enter a data into Stata in two ways. The first one is importing. The second one is copy paste option. Yes, we can use through copy paste option. When we can copy in a data editor, then we can enter a data into this manner. As I told you, look, let me show you. Look, this is our data. We can select all data, then copy. Yes, clear. We can clear this. Then edit. We can edit. Yes, we can edit, and then select copy paste. Through this manner, through copy paste option, we can convert or enter raw data into Stata. This is the one option. The second one is importing it into Stata. The other one is why Stata for economics research. Why we Stata for economics researches? Especially most of the economists, agroeconomists, statisticians,
I think it is clear. There is one more question, dear professor. Question
Okay.
is, how can I read R data or MATLAB data set up by Stata?
Yes, we can read any data, SAS, MATLAB, and other data into Stata here through installing. Look, this command. Let me share you this command. CC install, for instance, use SAS data. We can when we do have a SAS data, we can install, and we want to use those of SAS. And when you use those of the MATLAB, the other we can install first, and then we can use this. For instance, look, we can simply use in for say importing things like as this SCPS SAS, because I already installed the SAS. To use the SAS data into Stata, we can in first we install SAS, then SPSS. The other, through installing each and every other software data through this manner. SSC install use SAS. This is SSS is SAS. When we use it to other SPSS, we can say SPSS, use SPSS data, and the other we can through installing the software data through this manner. Other else?
Okay, professor. There is one more question, and this is
Okay.
very interesting, and it must be clear to all. Question is Stata is free software to use? If not, how we can access it freely?
Okay. Yeah, please, sorry, unmute your.
Question is, Stata is free software or not? Professor, question is, Stata software is free or not? You are not audible. Please unmute.
Hello, sorry.
Yes. Please give the answer. Someone is asking about Stata software. Is it free or not?
It is free. We can download freely through dragging it, because it is a business-oriented software. We can dragging it into through downloading, or it is accessible, especially those of up to Stata 15. Stata 15 are freely accessible. Stata 17, it is now updated. Stata is 17. It is somewhat, it needs cost or it payable, but we can use up to Stata 15. It is freely accessible. We can dragging it in different websites. It is freely accessible. Other else?
Thank you. There is one more question. What
Okay,
is
you can.
missing data and why it happened?
Okay, especially in economics discipline, in economics research, maybe there is missing data or missing variables are exist due to the enumerator problem when at the data collecting stage, maybe the variable, when the variable is missed, variable maybe unmeasurable, seems like as human behavior. At that time, it may be missed, and it may be the problem of seems like as endogeneity problem. Yes, this omitted variable are exist. The endogeneity problems are happen, but variables may miss from unmeasurable or invisibility of the variable. Due to this, it may be missing or missing observation or missing variable. Okay.
One is asking about what is variable.
Yes. The
One
variable.
participant, yes, variable. Please explain about the variables.
In economics research, we do have a two major variable: dependent and independent variable, factor variable, and affected variable, and affected variable. For instance, when we want to study about the determinants of the consumption pattern in a given study area, consumption is a dependent variable. A factor that affects the consumption pattern is independent variable. If it may be the income, if it may be the price of the commodity, if it may be else one which affects the consumption pattern, we can say those are independent variables that affect the dependent variable, and which are the out of the study or the out of the control of the investigator. We can say independent variable. We can't manipulate or we can't control them, which are independent variable or explanatory variable, you can say. Yes,
Thank you, sir. And there is one participant asking about we all need materials, all session, PPT, as well as a video of if possible. Yes, all the sessions will be recorded and the link will be shared through on your email address. So there are many participants who are attending these sessions through live streaming on YouTube. The YouTube link also will be available forever, and we will provide you through your email address, and cloud recording also will be provided to all of you through your email address, and the content which are being presented by the speakers, we will provide all the participants so that they can use in future.
Okay.
If any more question from the participant and they want to ask, please feel free. You can unmute. You have the permission to unmute yourself and you can put your question directly to the speaker.
Hello, thank you, Mr. Presenter. The interpretation that given for the variable is not enough for me. What we can make if they are depend on each other? As you stated, the consumption depends on the income. Why? How you say that whether the income is depend on the consumption? So when there is mutual dependency, what we can make it?
Okay. Okay, can I start? Can I answer those questions? It is for sake of exemplary. I told you to show the dependent and independent variable. It is not scientifically, but I would like to say the difference between the dependent and independent. Then I doesn't try to show the relationship between consumption and income. But maybe we can use the simultaneity. Yeah, maybe the consumption affect the income affect consumption. Such kinds of situation is happen. We can use simultaneity. Yes, in economics we do have a simultaneity, simultaneous bias, rank and order condition, and other issues are there. We can use seems like as a simultaneous equation model. We can tolerate such kinds of interdependent, maybe dependent variable affect independent and independent variable affect dependent. It is maybe a one problem of endogeneity. Simultaneous bias is a one issue that rise the problem of endogeneity. Yes, but I try to deal about income and consumption for sake of to show the dependent and independent variable rather than to showing the relationship. Sorry, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Can I say the gold is the variable?
Yes,
Can I say the gold is a variable?
gold
Yes.
for what purpose?
It cannot change. One of you have stated that the variable is the one who change over the time in the assume
Yeah.
different values.
Yeah,
Can say the gold is a variable?
gold. What kinds of gold? For what purpose? It depends on your research. If maybe the gold affect your dependent variable, you can use. If not, you can't use. It depends by itself. It depend upon your investigation. Yes, or the price of the gold, or the level of the gold, or the different maybe affect your dependent variable. You can use the price of the gold or the else or kilogram of the gold as a dependent variable. Other else, it depends. It depend upon your investigation, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
There are some questions on the chat box on live streaming. So I would like to share with you also. There are some questions which we got on the live streaming. Question is, what is the difference between SPSS and Stata?
Okay. They are maybe the same in some procedure. For instance, SPSS is used only toolbar. We can't use a command in SPSS, but Stata different from that of SPSS. Stata use a command, and we can install additional command. For instance, in a newly developed model may happen, we can easily install in Stata, but we can't install in SPSS. This is the major difference between SPSS and Stata. SPSS and Stata. You can.
Any more question, please, if there is? Any more question, please, from the participant? You can unmute.
Sir, I do have one question.
Yes, please.
Does this software will have its own syntax to use a short way method for the insertions of the raw data to this software to wait for the outputs of the whole result?
Yes, yes, please repeat again.
Can I repeat it?
Okay.
Okay. Will this software will have its own syntax, which is a short method to insert the raw data into the software to analyze the whole raw data to get the output of the what I have collected, the raw data, rather than using the long method of such procedural way?
Okay. Yeah, we can use it in, for instance, when you import any data into Stata, raw data, it reads in the window. We can, by using do file or command, we can simply enter or import into Stata. This is the one way of, when you know about your Excel, the direction of your Excel, you can simply use those of through using a do file or command. Through this, we can use shortly, as I show you in do file command. Do file. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Other?
More question, please.
Right. Hello, Isaac. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I have two questions for you.
Okay.
The first question is what's the difference between the different format or the story types in a Stata data types? That means between the bytes, integer, int, float, long, double. What's the difference between them? This is my first question. And my second question is please try to show us the log file practically on Stata. It's not clear for me.
Log file. Okay, thank you, sir. Just in same times they are represent like as float type, numeric, and other. They are almost by default. The Stata by itself is use them as a numeric command, but for sake of analyzing a data, the Stata software is read string variable, which is all the observation is word or character. We can't analyze any analyze like us maybe regression or the descriptive statics or merging or appending other issue or further data managing. We can't use through string types of the data string type, but most of the time those of ink, float, numeric are Stata by default use them as a numeric and any observation. And the other question is about log file. Look, I can. It is visible or not? Yes.
It is visible, yeah.
It is visible. Okay, thank you. We can use file log. Now we can close the log file. Close log file to show you a log file. Log file implies that you can view after the end of your doing any activity in Stata. First, you open the do file. Look, open in file, then log, begin. Yes, begin. Look, we can use for sake of this, we can use in desktop. It's better to save it desktop. Yes, desktop, log file. Then it is visible, yeah. Log file, then format. Hello, sir. It is visible, yes.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, we use this formatted log. Yeah, we select log, then save. Okay, for instance, we can do here. We can, for instance, let me show something here. Okay, then use this. For instance, we can want to extract this into Stata. Look, after the log file, we can use this analysis like as use training, convert string into gender and something. Then look, open, click, we can then we can close this, close log file. Then we can use log open begin. Look, it is begin. Here we can also to add additional works in the saved log file. We can open in which desktop. Here we can use log. Yeah, log. Then we can. This is log file. Look, save. Look, it says what? Please read it. Sir, please
View
read it.
existing file.
It is visible.
View existing file,
Existing file,
appending
yeah.
to existing file, replace existing file. 3 options. When we click this, view existing file only for viewing or reading only. To add, look, append to existing file means that add additional, when you work additional worked in or activating in Stata, you can adding additional in your log file. Lastly, replace existing file through removing the first one and adding the new one. Replace. It is appropriate to use append to existing file. You can this open this
Sir,
and then this is additional. Look, then we can open the log file when our works, and we can in desktop. Look, we can open it. Seems like this. It is visible, yeah. Like you can see about name, log type, your work up here. You can simply look in your log file separately, Stata, but you can simply look or review each and every work that you are engaged in Stata software. It seems like this. Thank you, sir. Have you understand or are we confused? Yes.
I think it is clear. And sir, I also request you if you can provide manuals related to Stata software so that we can share to all the participants. And I think it will be very helpful in future.
Yeah.
If there are some stuff in PDF file or manuals, some reference books, which can help to the participant to use Stata software.
Yes, I can attach for them. This is my email.
Dear participant, please note the email address.
This is my email, and when
You
they
can
went
note
to
down this email address, and the contact number is also there.
in phone number, you can went through phone number or email. It is I can share for them, no problem.
Dear sir, can we share your contact detail to all the participants through their email address?
Yes, I share. Yes, I share it. See, look,
Okay.
here is my email address in chat, as well as
Thank you, sir.
my call phone.
Contact number. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
contact. Here is email number and email address, and this is a phone address. And they can ask any question through email or call. No problem at all.
Thank you, sir, providing your contact number to all the participants. And also, we share with all the participant contact number and email address of each speaker, so that if they have any kind of problem in future and they want to contact, they can easily reach to the speaker. Thank you, sir, for your valuable time, and it's really nice presentation.
Thank you all. Okay.
All the questions related to your presentation has been discussed, and very informative, knowledgeable. This session was. We are. This certificate is proudly awarded to our resource person, Mr.
Okay.
Isaac Negose, for imparting his valuable thoughts in 5-day international FDP on research methods in economics using Stata software. And this workshop was organized by College of Business and Economics, Mizan Tepe University, Ethiopia, in collaboration with Department of Economics, Bahirda University, Ethiopia, Purima University, India, and Methodic Thinking Foundation, India. Thank you very much to all the participants, and thank you, dear sir, for your valuable time and thought which are presented in this workshop. And I hope this is very really informative and knowledgeable session for all the participants. But due to some technical issue, there was some interruption. This type of problem can occur anywhere because many things are not in our hand. So I think you should keep patience because this is the technical issue, and we regret the same because some things are not in our hand. But we try to manage all the things because this session depends upon completely technology. Okay, so when one side there is any kind of a technical issue, then we need to keep patience. And I hope in the future this type of interruption will be avoided. And we always try to manage this type of sort out interruption. Thank you very much to all the participants for your patience. Tomorrow we will join the meeting at the same time. Thank you and have a nice time.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, all of you. Now we can leave the meeting.
Yeah, thank you very much.